When the Creator made the heavens and the earth, water was the source of all life. Before all creatures came into existence, water existed as the first symphony of nature, shimmering in the sunlight and flowing in endless streams. For millions of years, the miraculous story of water has continued to unfold, flowing through time, nurturing and shaping rich ecosystems. And from this source of water, this place was formed. But each story of life is painted in a myriad of different colors. Let us embark on this wondrous journey to explore not only the pristine beauty, but also the untold stories of a mysterious world known to few, where water and life merge as one. Pantanal is the largest wetland in the world, mostly located in Brazil and extending to the borders with Bolivia and Paraguay. With an area that can expand up to 400,000 square kilometers during the rainy season, Pantanal is even larger than the territory of modern-day Germany. In this vast wetland, millions of creatures have found their home. Pantanal is one of the most biodiverse areas on Earth, with a richness of flora and fauna that surpasses even famous wetlands like the Okavango Delta in Africa. There are over 4,700 species of animals and plants in the Pantanal. The number of vertebrate species here even surpasses that of the Amazon, transforming Pantanal into a rich and wild kingdom, still holding many fascinating, undiscovered wonders. Pantanal is truly a paradise for birds, with around 650 species found here. It transforms the region into a stage filled with endless sounds. The Jabiru stork is one of the most prominent endemic species of Pantanal. They typically start nesting in July, just before the rainy season begins. Nesting high in the trees gives them a broad view and safety from predators. Jabiru storks build large nests, mostly made of dry branches, with both the male and female working together. They lay their eggs at the start of the rainy season, when food becomes abundant due to flooding and the thriving ecosystem. The rainy season is also when aquatic life in Pantanal flourishes, with over 400 species of fish inhabiting this vast wetland. Fish play a crucial role in the food chain, sustaining most of the wildlife here. They not only provide nourishment, but also maintain the ecological balance of Pantanal, making it one of the richest and most diverse ecosystems in the world. Formed during the Tertiary period, about 2.5 million years ago, when the Andes mountain building was intense, many rivers originating from the Andes flow from surrounding highlands and converge here. This convergence has turned Pantanal into a vast inland river plain. Though the rains are heavy, they are not enough to flood all areas, creating new water zones where fish quickly migrate. These newly flooded areas become rich resources, providing ideal conditions for fish to spawn and seek food. The cunning Caiman crocodiles have developed an extremely effective hunting strategy. They patiently position themselves at the only exit of small pools where perch fish must swim through to reach larger waters. In this migration, the fish unknowingly become an easy meal for the relaxed predators. In Pantanal, there are millions of caiman, making it the area with the highest concentration of caimans in the world. Unlike American alligators, Caiman crocodiles mainly inhabit swamps, lakes, and mangrove rivers in Central and South America. They have long, narrow V-shaped snouts, while American alligators have wider, rounder U-shaped snouts. Caiman's skin is covered by tough scales, especially on their backs, protecting them from other predators. However, their bellies and sides are softer, making them more vulnerable. A distinctive feature of caimans is their sharp teeth, which protrude even when their mouths are closed, giving them a more fearsome appearance compared to other crocodiles. They are referred to as the rulers of the waters in the Pantanal ecosystem, with their strength and fearsome hunting abilities. However, Caiman crocodiles in the Pantanal wetlands are not without enemies. They face an eternal adversary, the jaguar, one of the most powerful predators. The fierce competition between these two species creates a dramatic battle for survival in the wetlands here. The jaguar is the third largest member of the cat family, after tigers and lions. They can weigh between 56 to 96 kilograms, 125 to 211 pounds, with females typically smaller than males. The largest recorded jaguar weighed about 136 kilograms, 300 pounds. Their strength and power have made jaguars one of the top predators in the Pantanal, where they have almost no natural enemies. The majesty of jaguars has become a symbol of strength and power in South American cultures. Caiman are one of jaguars' favorite prey. They often roam near the water's edge, where the shoreline shrubs help them hide from detection by the crocodiles. A caiman has caught the attention of a jaguar. It had just caught a fish and was preparing to enjoy its meal. No prey is foolish, and the king has met defeat. God sided with the caiman, at least in this situation. In Pantanal, caimans are present in almost every body of water, with millions of them making this the region with the highest concentration of caiman crocodiles in the world. After about 3 to 4 years, caiman reach maturity, achieving their maximum size and weight to reproduce. At this point, they weigh between 40 to 100 kilograms, with an average length of 2 to 2.5 meters. The rainy season marks the official beginning of the male's performance. attract mates, male caimans emit low-frequency sounds inaudible to the human ear. But in water, these sounds can travel great distances. This unique sound serves both to repel rivals and as a magnet to capture the attention of female caimans. Caiman tend to live together in small groups, especially during the early stages of their young. They often stay with their mother or other family members for up to 18 months. From an early age, caiman crocodiles develop sharp teeth, allowing them to quickly adapt to hunting and self-defense. Even when young, they are capable of catching small prey such as fish, insects, and amphibians. In Pantanal, the hunter's position can easily be reversed. Although strong enough to hunt caimans weighing as much as themselves, jaguars cannot venture into groups of caimans, as they could be eaten by the very caimans they hunt. The safer strategy is to target caimans that are alone or in small groups. It has spotted its target. Though primarily land-based, jaguars are excellent swimmers, but they only swim when hunting or when absolutely necessary. In the water, their risk level increases many-fold. It silently approaches its prey without making a sound. A caiman crocodile is instantly taken down with a single fatal bite, crushing either its skull or cervical spine. This ability has made the jaguar one of the top apex predators in the wild habitat of the Pantanal. Large water birds are iconic residents of the Pantanal's swampy regions. The roseate spoonbill, with its uniquely spoon-shaped bill, is one of the most fascinating evolutionary adaptations. This distinctive bill shape allows them to easily sift through mud and water, searching for small fish, shrimp, and invertebrates. Their breeding season coincides with the rainy season, differing from the jabiru stork, whose nests are often found in shrubs near water edges. Another species with a similar bill shape is the white spoonbill. They are generally smaller than the roseate spoonbill and have white plumage. During the breeding season, the plumage of the roseate spoonbill becomes a deeper and more vibrant pink, helping them attract mates. Roseate spoonbills are typically very active, calling and communicating with one another. To attract females, they perform dancing displays, flap their wings, and clack their bills together, creating an impressive show. The abundant food supply and favorable habitat have turned the Pantanal into one of the world's largest populations of roseate spoonbills. Most of the water birds in the Pantanal breed during the rainy season, typically starting from around November to March. Nests can be found everywhere. At this time, the bustling sounds of the breeding season echo throughout the swamp. The atmosphere becomes vibrant and energized, creating a rich and lively symphony of nature. These sounds are not only expressions of life, but also signs of continuity, as new generations are born and continue the wondrous story of the Pantanal. This area is also home to many small water birds, such as the yellow-throated ibis, water sparrows, jacanas, and various other species. These birds typically take advantage of the shoreline areas, where trees and wild grasses provide nesting grounds and food sources. They usually forage by wading in shallow waters, hunting for prey like insects or small fish. However, among the birds of prey in the Pantanal, there is one rather unique species. Their prey consists of apple snails. These snails live in shallow waters and feed on almost anything, including grass leaves, algae, and even fish carcasses. This species reproduces very quickly. The snail kite, with its distinctively curved bill, easily extracts the snail from its shell. Apple snails are widespread throughout South America, and the snail kite plays a key role in maintaining ecological balance. Nature always surprises us with fascinating adaptations, and the hyacinth macaw is a perfect example. The hyacinth macaw has an extremely strong beak, which allows it to easily crack open palm nuts and enjoy the tasty kernels inside. The Pantanal is currently the primary habitat for this species, which is listed as vulnerable by the International Union for Conservation of Nature, IUCN, due to its declining population. Adaptation is a crucial factor in the survival of these giant otters. They are carnivorous mammals found in South America, particularly in the Pantanal Wetlands. As one of the oldest members of the mustelid family, evolution has honed their swimming and hunting skills, making them expert hunters in aquatic environments. With thick fur and a protective layer of fat, giant otters can stay warm in cold waters and easily navigate rivers and canals. The prey of giant otters is quite diverse, ranging from fish and shrimp to other aquatic animals. They have the ability to dive deep and move quickly in the water, enabling them to search for food effectively. Giant otters also often hunt smaller animals such as frogs, toads, and invertebrates. When hunting, they use cooperative skills to drive their prey into narrow areas, making it easier to catch However, when eating, they often monopolize the captured prey, not sharing it with other group members. Their habit of surfacing is quite interesting, as they frequently pop up to breathe, displaying joy and energy. Giant otters typically live in groups, often forming small family units. They dig burrows near water edges for shelter at night, as well as for breeding and nurturing their young. These burrows are carefully constructed, creating a safe space for family members. Giant otters often choose secluded spots near riverbanks or swamps to dig their burrows. Giant otters are primarily active during the day, especially in the early morning and late afternoon when the temperatures are cooler. Giant otters typically care for their offspring for about 6 to 12 months. During this time, the young are taught essential hunting and swimming skills needed for survival in the wild. The mother otter teaches them how to find food, recognize dangers, and interact with other members of the group. Giant otters are an endangered species, and even in the wild, they face dangers from predators like snakes and Caiman crocodiles. It can be said that they are the friendliest creatures in the Pantanal. Not only do they have an incredibly cute appearance with their plump, round bodies, but they are also very gentle residents. The capybara, the largest rodent in the world, belongs to the guinea pig family and is found in most areas near water in the Pantanal. With their high social behavior, capybaras can gather in groups of up to 100 individuals, but they usually live in groups of 10 to 20. Capybaras primarily eat grass and some aquatic plants. They are very selective eaters, consuming the leaves of one species while ignoring others around them. And they eat more of a particular plant during the dry season, when fewer plants are available. Capybaras are herbivores with a very selective diet, often consuming only one type of grass while ignoring others in the same feeding area, and they can eat a large amount of vegetation daily, around 3 to 4 kilograms for an adult. During the rainy season, when food is abundant, capybaras have plenty of time to rest. A jaguar has noticed a group of capybaras. They are often quite fearless and do not immediately flee from danger. Fortunately, they made the right decision. Young capybaras have little chance of surviving when targeted by Caiman crocodiles underwater. It can be said that capybaras are carefree, yet turn into the boldest beings in the wetlands. They have detected the lurking jaguar, but do not immediately flee. After a frightening chase, one capybara failed to keep up with the group. Their calls help them quickly communicate and connect with each other. Today, with the jaguars, hunting is just a secondary task. They are more focused on more important matters. The hot scene accidentally has some unexpected spectators. Pregnant jaguars carry their young for about 3 months. They typically give birth between January and March each year. From the middle of the rainy season in the Pantanal, many types of fruits begin to ripen, creating a rich food source for many fruit-eating birds, including the toucan. Thanks to their large bills, these birds can consume nearly all types of ripe fruits they find. The toucan, Rhamphastos toco, is the largest species in the toucan family. With their large size and distinctive bills, they can reach lengths of about 25 inches and weigh between 1.1 to 1.8 pounds. Toucans are common in the Pantanal wetlands, especially in the Cerrado, gallery forests of Brazil, and swamp areas. Another fruit and seed-loving creature is the Amazon parrot, Amazona aestiva, also known as the yellow-headed parrot. This parrot loves to eat fruit and seeds, and when the cassava fruit turns yellow, it marks the time when the food source for the yellow-headed parrot becomes plentiful. They have green feathers on their foreheads above their bills and yellow on their faces and crowns. The distribution of green and yellow varies significantly among individuals. Unlike most other Amazon parrot species, their bills are primarily black. By the end of the rainy season, some elevated areas have dried up significantly, leaving the soil richer than ever. The ground is now filled with all sorts of things that the South American coati finds fascinating. They eat nearly all types of living creatures they find beneath the surface of the soil. Their long noses help coatis easily overturn dry leaves in search of food. South American coatis typically live in groups of 15 to 30 individuals. These groups consist mostly of females and their young. Males, on the other hand, lead solitary lives, only joining the group briefly during the mating season. The South American coati is an omnivorous species. This sun-bittern is focused on hunting near its nest, but unfortunately, its chicks have become prey to the South American coati. They do not only forage on the ground, but are also excellent climbers, accessing food from above. During the fruiting season, they consume almost any fruit, bird eggs, or even nestlings they come across. Palm fruits are one of their favorites. With their long, flexible snouts, coatis can delve deep into fruit clusters to pick the ripest ones, maximizing the rich food sources available in Pantanal. But for some species, the trees serve as more than just a food source. They become a powerful defensive weapon. Hundreds of yellow-rumped cacique nests often share a single tree. These trees are carefully chosen for one reason. They host large, active wasp nests. The wasps act as unwitting protectors of the birds' nests. Thanks to this unique partnership, South American coatis stay far away, knowing that raiding these nests would be far too dangerous. However, the caciques are not entirely safe. Occasionally, their nests are attacked by predators. Pantanal is home to many birds of prey, including hawks and eagles. The crested caracara, known for its scavenging abilities, doesn't just hunt. It also feeds on carrion, playing a crucial role in cleaning up the environment and maintaining ecological balance. In Pantanal, water hyacinths are the most common aquatic plants, thriving wherever there is water. Their dense mats create a rich environment, allowing many species to hunt and forage effectively. However, water hyacinth is one of the fastest growing plant species known. They have the ability to reproduce rapidly, with an initial mat of water hyacinth capable of doubling in size within just 1 to 2 weeks. This vigorous growth sometimes hinders animals from accessing water sources, while also creating pollution when water hyacinths decompose excessively, affecting the ecosystem and the quality of water. At the beginning of the dry season, as water levels drop, these hyacinths quickly decompose, creating rich humus. It is here that the giant anteater finds its food. Giant anteaters are found in a wide range of habitats, from grasslands to rainforests. They often forage in open areas, but they also depend on forested environments and moist savannas, where insects thrive. In Pantanal, they search for food in moist areas where decaying vegetation attracts insects. Occasionally, they even venture into waterlogged regions. Giant anteaters feed primarily on ants and termites. With their long, sharp claws, they dig through soil and vegetation to reach their prey. Although their eyesight is poor, their sense of smell is extraordinary. Up to 40 times stronger than that of humans, it's their nose that helps them locate food. To digest ants and insects, the stomach of the giant anteater can produce formic acid instead of the hydrochloric acid commonly found in other mammals. What's unique about the giant anteater is that they have no teeth. The secret lies in their long, sticky tongue, which they use to catch prey. This tongue is narrow, covered in sharp spines, and can reach lengths of up to 60 centimeters. When they smell an ant mound, they quickly approach to locate the vents of the nest. The giant anteater catches ants through small openings at the top of the mound, then inserts its long, sticky tongue inside. They must eat quickly to avoid being bitten by the ants. They can flick their tongues in and out as fast as 150 to 160 times per minute, allowing them to catch enough ants to eat without being poisoned. The dry season in the Pantanal begins in May each year. At this time, rainfall decreases significantly, causing many flooded areas to dry up quickly. The scorching sun cracks the ground throughout the day. A large waterhole is almost completely dry, revealing fat caimans. This wet mud provides ideal conditions for wild pigs to dig for roots and crustaceans. They must hurry because as the water recedes, food becomes scarce. The moment the water dries up is advantageous for many species in Pantanal, especially birds. They can freely hunt for shrimp, fish, or insects. Everything is fully utilized. At this time, daytime temperatures in the Pantanal can reach up to 40 degrees Celsius, making the environment dry. For large animals like this deer, comfort is hard to come by. The heat forces them to drink more water, and they sometimes have to wallow in the mud to cool down. Everyone is hungry and thirsty. They must be much more careful when drinking water. Everyone watches cautiously, fearing the possibility of a hidden caiman lurking underwater. Bathing is a great way to cool down the body at this time. Eating a few green leaves helps lizards hydrate and combat the heat. As the water dries up, capybaras are forced to find ways to cool their bodies. Their thick fur and underlying fat layers betray them. The mud hole is hardening, yet many capybaras still crowd together to soak in it. It's truly risky. And these hungry caimans will never refuse such a chance. No water means death, so the caimans must move to lower areas to survive. The muddy ground hardens quickly during the dry season, and creatures burrow deeper into the soil. For South American coatis, finding food becomes much harder than during the rainy season. This group of South American coatis is very thirsty. Their priority now is finding water. They know well that where there is water, there is also a potential threat. Any sudden movement terrifies them. From July to September, each year is the worst of Pantanal's dry season. Those who can't survive perish. Almighty God, creator of all beings, keeper of the universe, we are facing a time of drought, deprived of rain. All creatures, plants and land are parched and exhausted. Lord, open the heavens and let rain pour down on this dry land. May the trees revive and rivers and lakes be filled once more. Hear our heartfelt prayers, Lord, and grant us the grace of rain. As the blessed rains fall, life here is reborn. Pantanal will soon recover, and all creatures will continue to flourish. This magnificent wetland ecosystem will continue to tell wondrous stories of nature's diversity and resilience.